Good day. My name is Sotanmide Oluwatobi Moses, and today I'll be reading from my collection of poems, We Shall All Laugh and Swear. That's the title of my book of poetry, We Shall All Laugh and Swear. And I will be reading from the first part, Rupture. And from Rupture, I'll be reading Babel. The title of the poem is Babel. Rupture says, if the world under you tremors, find a refuge beneath it. Let me take that again. If the world under you tremors, find a refuge beneath it. It's a contradiction, and I know, but that's exactly what Babel means. It means confusion. I read, now, so much has been heard that the ear cannot tell. Now, so much has been seen that the eye cannot hear. Now, so much has been said that the mouth cannot see. Now, let us say we are here, right now, there, in this very place, whirling, hoping to learn. In this particular poem, the central message is we keep repeating the same mistakes, and the reality keeps coming back at us. As a people, as individuals, we have often failed to learn from the past. And actually, we keep whirling, and whirling, hoping to learn. So this poem challenges you to confront whatsoever confusion you may be experiencing presently. If you are careful enough to take a good look at the situation, there is clarity somewhere in it. If you can learn from the past, meditate on the present, and then imagine the future. And from this same collection, there is a particular poem that appeals to the youth, and it's all about betting. You know, this generation, we've so much legitimized betting. Nobody seems to be cautioning this generation of youth about the evil of betting. Every day, you see young man on the street going to bet house to put in their hard-earned money on bet, and this poetry speaks to that situation. The title of the poem is One Day. One day. It says, one day, tears will fill the eyes, sorrows will fill the heart. And when at last all is lost, we shall all laugh and swear. The sun is up, its cheery beams glide the instant sky. The terminus too boasts of too many hot-footed wayfarers, fasten their ways onto hastening wheels. A vendor's joints jostles, prodigals argue points and plays of young fertile minds, with leather hub on lush green, will end day in, have end week out. Menshi benta past Rolando benta past Menshi. How the rowdy exchange spins, 1 point stamps, watch another snarl. One gouges another's right eye with a straying finger. The former our community youth leader, the latter an eager compatriot, the about a sight to spite. What gain the day may yield, the night will drain. Dares a wretched tale musing fully, stakes on chances of victory or losses or draws in the fleeting hours of place. Caller, how far now? E show? Oh boy, e no show. The game no click. I see 15 naira. Take chop rice, dear. And that's how this poem ends. Caller's game did not show. And now he needs 15 naira to buy rice. I hope 15 naira can buy rice in these hours of Bala Blue. That's a big lesson. Whatever gain that the day may yield to our young men, our young folks, and even adults alike, whatever legitimate means through which you have earned your money, why spend it on betting that the game may not show? We have heard stories of people committing suicide because they have invested their hard-earned money into betting. And unfortunately, the game did not show. So I advise the youth, please be wary about betting. There are better ways to invest your hard-earned money than staking it on chances of victories, of plays of Menchi and Rolando, who don't even know you are betting on their behalf. Because day in, they earn their money. Nothing is touching it. And week out, they earn their money. Thank you. And there is another aspect of this poetry. I title it Iwakuwa. Iwakuwa. The Yorubas will say, Iwakuwa lanwa ohun tó ń sọnù àbí ohun tó ti sọnù. Iwakuwa here means something that got lost is often searched for in whatsoever manner that guarantees that it will be found. Either hastily, either calmly, you just keep looking for that which gets lost. And this mirrors the situation in which we find ourselves as a people, Nigeria, Africa, and the world at large. We are always searching for peace, but peace is right there with us. We are searching for truth, but truth is right there with us. We are not just seeing them. Iwakuwa, I read. Once upon a hunter in 7 forests, that which is not lost, we search diligently for you, we find it. With sheer orbs loitering the caput, what cause the sense cannot unknot. Where else shall these lenses scan? We turn the world upside down, searching for that which is not lost. And that's how the poem ends. In most cases, we end up searching for that which is not lost. The truth is not lost. Morality is not lost. They have just been subdued by higher emphasis. And I hope we have learned one thing or the other from this poem. I also have another poem that I would love to read to us. This poem from We Shall All Laugh and Swear is titled Lazy Fun. Lazy fun describes the attempt of man to bring about a change through a known means. And in particular, the means here is through protest So here I titled it A Lazy Fun. I read, only the checker work of men can truly define the infiniteness of truth's essence, how in a moment it apprehends decades of journeying life. Lazy fun. It can sometimes be lazy fun when we march the heart in protest. Let them rig our votes. Can they silence our consciences? Even if they silence our consciences, can they frame our destinies? Let them frame our destinies. Can they also steal our breaths? And if they steal our breaths, can they own our children? But let's say they own our children. Can they now trade our souls? Let them trade our souls too. Can they hold our heavens? It can sometimes be lazy fun when we march the earth in protest. You can see from this poem how per time we shift our ground. When we could not achieve our aim through a particular means, we shift ground. When we protest, when they rig our votes, I hope you know those I'm talking about. We protest and say, no, you can't rig our votes. And after rigging our votes, you tell them, you can silence our consciences. And after silencing your conscience, you say, oh, you can't frame our destinies. Our destinies is not in your hand. And before you know it, you tell them, oh, even so you determine our destinies, because they actually do. The decisions these people make that steal our votes, that manipulated the situations with our electoral spaces, it has to do with our destinies, our future, the future of our children. So they end up owning our children, defining our destinies, stealing our breaths, and even determine how we end up in heaven, maybe heaven or hell. Some people will go to hell because they are born in Nigeria. I make bold to say that. And it will be much more terrible. That because you are born in a country like this, you are so much frustrated, and you cast away your moral restraint, and you join the wagon of those who will do evil to achieve their end, because you have been frustrated out of your reason. And that is what this poem is teaching us. Can sometimes be lazy fun when we march the earth in protest. Protest is good, but we must be prepared to not allow some things to degenerate even into protest before we arrest them. And lastly, this poem is to well-wishers in distant places. You see people writing so much about Nigeria, the revolution that should happen, the way people should go about arresting the change, effecting the change. Wonderful people out there. I call them well-wishers in distant places. Who borrows the tongues of strangers to sing songs to native thoughts? I have lived and dreamed of my kind. I am awake to seek my soul. Ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ là ń gbálẹ̀, ẹnìkan kì í nàró mọ́wọ̀. Ilẹ̀ tí ò bá tọwọ́ ẹni mọ́, tójú tàyà là ń dàkọ́. Lẹ́bẹ̀lẹ́bẹ̀ là ń gbálẹ̀, ọwọ́ jọwọ̀, ẹ̀gbín ta kété, ẹsẹ̀ ṣísẹ̀, orí síwájú, ọwọ́ jọwọ̀, ẹ̀gbín ta kété. I did a parallel translation of that poem. A land is kept on bent spine. Idle pose attains no front. If a land for sure shall be cleansed, a keen eye, a stout heart, both to strive. In turn by turns, a land is kept, the limbs to walk, and woes begun. The feet to strides, the head to lead, the limbs to walk, and woes begun. If there will ever be any change recorded in the history of this nation, we must come together as a people and be determined to see that change. And I cite an instance of a poor fellow like me. Yes, and I can say it. There's nothing called middle class. You are either rich or poor in this climate. Comes to you that I want to represent you up there at the Senate level. I want to go and defend your cause. And you as a people tell me to bring something. And I bring 50 bags of rice to satisfy your hunger at the moment. You ask me to bring something. I bring 10 million naira. I bring it to the doorstep of your leaders in your communities, and you share the money. You are invariably telling me that before you can vote for me, I must do something. Nothing goes for nothing. And when I get there, if I spend 250 million to become a senator, and those money were borrowed from others, where do I get the money to service my debt? Because you are the one that actually put me in debt. By collecting rice, by collecting money, we must all be determined to create a change. Not with our mouth, but with our action. In most cases, we are deserving of the kinds of leaders that we produce. I hope this truth, as biting as it may be, you ruminate upon it, you reflect upon it. Thank you.